naturopath and homeopath, and welcome to Body Talk for this week. Well, I'm here in my dad's garden and I have discovered this amazing, beautiful pot of basil. And it's a very common herb, and I'm sure lots of you are growing it at home as well. And it probably looks a bit healthier than mine, so I thought I would just show this as an example of how basil's meant to look. It's just beautiful, isn't it? So it's a herb that has lots of medicinal uses, and if we use it in our cooking, and if we make infusions, and I've got the recipe there how to make a herbal infusion, just have a read of that. If you use it, then you will actually get the medicinal properties and the medicinal benefits from basil. Now, one of the things it does is that it's useful for the nervous system, so it's a very calming herb. Now, we don't think of it as being calming, but it's an adaptogen. In other words, it helps to tonify the nervous system. So if you're a little bit anxious or stressed or uptight, an infusion of basil, and plus some other herbs if you like, a tea of basil will help the nervous system to balance, that parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system to balance, and help to bring some calmness to the nervous system as well. The other use of basil is that it's useful in colds and flus, and it can be used where there's fever or some sort of infection, because it will help to stimulate the immune system. And if with sore throats or infections in the mouth, ulcers, or even tonsillitis, you could use it as a gargle, and because it does have some antimicrobial properties as well. So for any sort of respiratory problem, basil may be of help. So it can be useful in infections, coughs, colds and flus. And again, even just chewing the leaves, if you just chew the leaves, they're really quite, I mean, they're a little bit strong, but you can do it, it's quite pleasant. Chew the leaves or make a tea. They're probably the easiest ways to have it, and of course just in your food, in your cooking as well, adding it to various dishes. Basil's also really good for digestive problems where there's indigestion, gas, flatulence, burping. So why don't you try having some more basil in your diet, and it can be really good for helping to tonify the digestive system. Now I'll tell you a fantastic Ayurvedic way of preparing basil or tulsi, and that is to get a mortar and pestle and grind up some basil. You add pepper, black pepper, ground black pepper, and a little bit of honey. So it sounds very strange, doesn't it? But if you just have a teaspoon in the morning with breakfast, it's apart from tasting really yummy, it's a great stimulant. It helps the immune system, and they say that it also will help to fight off colds and flus as well. So why don't you try it? It's really, really nice. And so you mortar and pestle, if you can grind up the black pepper, that's better, rather than use already ground up pepper. Okay, so basil. If you're not growing it, grow it, and if you're not using it in your cooking, start to use it more and make some tea. Make some teas out of it, and also just pick off a few leaves now and then and chew those and eat those, and you'll get the medicinal properties of basil as well. Okay, we'll look forward to speaking with you soon, so bye for now.